Hello, all you beautiful book babes. Today, we will be diving into the darkly sweet stalker romance you did not know you needed. You will have the sweet and innocent Lucy who works on her family ranch, but sadly, innocent does not pay the bills. There is an accident that makes Lucy turn to the pole to make ends meet. Little does she know, when she walks into the club to work, the owner, Rafe, would become obsessed with her. As soon as he sees her, he claims her as his. He will be the one to ruin her, and he knows she will love every second of it. Keep listening to find out more. Well, hello, all you beautiful book babes. I am sorry for the interruption, but I am pleased to tell you today we have our first sponsor. So, this episode is brought to you by Dubby. Dubby is an energy drink with no sugar, but does not give you that jittery feeling or crash after you drink it. It has no fillers, artificial colors, dyes, sugar, or all the other BS. My personal favorite drink is the Beach and Peach for when I need that extra pick me up when editing our podcast all night. All you have to do is click the link in the description, or because I know links can be a little finicky, go to www.gubby.gg and in the coupon code field put SMUT, SMUT, for 10% off your order. Thanks for listening. Hello, all you beautiful book babes. Welcome back to today's episode. We will be going over a book that Nicole read.
Amusement by Albany Walker is what we're going to talk about. The important characters is Lucy, which is she also goes by Felony or Fel. She's the main female character, by the way. The main male is Rafe, also known as Rex. Lucy's best friend, Gwen, and Rafe's second, which is Winger. So those are the four characters you really see a lot of.
I like Rex. Who's Rex again?
So Rex is the main male. Everyone calls him Rex, except for the female, because like whenever he actually introduces himself, he gives her his real name. So like Rex and Rafe, to her, two different people, but everyone knows him as Rex. I'm gonna call him Rex throughout most of this, because throughout the book he's Rex for most of it. This is a stalker romance, and it's not a lot of smut. The smut doesn't come in till later. It's more plot, and the plot grabbed me from like page 1, which is why I wanted to do this, because I freaking love this book. And, like whenever I was reviewing it to like get notes on it, it took so much out of me to not reread it, like to skim it, because I was like, oh god, I gotta reread it.
I do that all the time. I'm like, just skim. Just skim.
Yes.
You don't need the whole freaking story and make a 2-hour episode.
Yep.
But also, side note, we are continuing. My brain is just fuzzy right now. We are continuing. This is our continuation for Stalker Month. We only have one more episode of it after this, which I'm excited for that one.
Yeah. So when I read this one, I really could not put it down. I had started it at night, and this was one that I could not stop. Like, it was work night, 1 a.m., and I'm just like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, and I just kept going. So, like, it was a really good plot. I loved it. The smut, it does get good at the end, but their very first scene together, I was so disappointed in it.
Oh no!
It was good. It was just over too fast. Like, it was, I think I counted it. Their whole entire first time was like 4 paragraphs, small paragraphs. So, like, it wasn't even a full page.
Was it kind of like how authors, the guys are just so ready for that moment that it was quick?
No, because she was a virgin, so, like, he was, prepping her and everything. So, like, it should have been longer. Mm-hmm. The rest of them were good. It's just that one scene, I was like, why was it over so quick?
Yeah.
So this is actually dual point of view. So we do get both Rex and Lucy's side. So Lucy is an 18-year-old who works at a strip club. She had some issues with her family whenever she was 16 and ended up needing money. Good money and fast. She was still in school, and a normal 9 to 5 wouldn't work, so strip club, her only choice.
So she's underage.
She was. She's now 18. So whenever the story starts, she's now 18.
Okay,
I
was about to say trigger.
Yep. But no. So Rex is a little older than Lucy. He's 29. We get a bit of the age gap with them too, but it's not really an age play thing, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Rex is the owner and dabbles in criminal behavior, like mafia shit. I'm pretty sure he's the boss. I couldn't recall, but I'm pretty sure Rex means king to them, so like Rex is boss, and that's why they call him Rex. Okay. So I'm pretty sure he is like
the boss.
The boss.
But is that almost like a plot hole because she doesn't go over it?
No, it is. It's just I was skimming and I was trying not to get too much.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So it does go in there. It doesn't even focus that much on the mafia stuff, so it wasn't really a big contention point. It was just like, oh yeah, by the way, he's the boss. That's it. So he owns the club that Lucy works at, but she's never actually met him. Like his second Wanger is who Lucy thought the boss was, because every day Wenger's there, everyone turns to Wenger for answers and all that.
So that's his name, Wenger.
Wenger, yep.
Oh, I thought that was like a position.
No! She calls him Wayne too, so it's like Wang or Wenger, but yeah, Wenger is his name.
What a weird name. I'm sorry.
No, there's also like Iron and like, just random names.
And these are their given names?
No, I'm pretty sure they're nicknames.
Okay.
Yeah. But so Rex had actually stalked Lucy since her very first night. Like she walked in the club, he saw her, and at first he like hated her. But from that first night, like she caught his attention at 16.
Wait, who hated who? He hated her?
Yeah, because of how she made him feel. Because like she became an obsession to him, and he hated her for that.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So Fel, aka Felony, which is Lucy, everyone in the club knows her as Felony because that first night they knew she was underage, so they named her Felony because anyone interacting with her would catch a felony. It goes. So that was the nickname for Lucy. The name of the club is the Dollhouse, and they also called her Fel because Rex actually made her outfit a fallen angel. So Fel from Felony could also mean fallen angel.
Okay. There's a whole name thing.
Yeah, it's a whole name thing. And then basically no one in the club was allowed to touch her. They even tried to like lightly graze her. They'd be like felony. Like they'd yell it out and had to stop. Guys would get kicked out for touching her and stuff like that.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. So even after she became of age, they kept that because it served as a warning. So no one in the club, like I said, was allowed to touch her. And she was completely off limits. So like other girls had to do lap dances and go to the private room. She was only allowed on stage or to hand out shots.
Did that like cause
animosity? Yeah.
Between the girls?
Okay. It did. So most assume Fel came from her outfit because of the fallen angel thing, but it really just became because of her being underage. Her mom was in an accident, which was led her to the club, and they own a ranch together, and Lucy's dream was to own the ranch. Now that her mom can't work, it's up to her to keep up the money coming through to the ranch and to like do repairs and everything. Yeah. So that's why she needed the money, and she had to basically sell off a lot of stuff to make it work. But Wenger at the club has always watched out for Lucy because he knew if anyone touched Lucy, Rex would shit a brick. Yeah. So he was kind of like, he was the bouncer, but she thought of him as the owner, like I said, because everyone turned to him. And like you said, with the contention between the girls, no one liked her. They kind of bullied her, picked on her, stuff like that. So it was crazy to me how Rex wouldn't allow no man to touch her, but allowed her to get bullied by these girls. That was one of the things.
That's like, yeah, I'm like, wait, so how does he, because obviously, so it's almost like she's the puppet, he's the puppeteer. I guess I would think it would almost be like he likes it because it's punishing her for how he thinks of her.
It could be. It does come to say that like she was afraid of saying something about one of the girls because then the girl would disappear and she would get blamed or something like that. So maybe it did happen in the past and one of the girls disappeared and she was blamed for her getting fired.
That makes sense.
So it could be that like he was trying to stop her from getting more backlash from the girls. Yeah. So that does make sense. Lucy had, like I said, had never met Rex. No one knows who the boss is, like in the club. They all assumed it was Wenger. But they have heard of Rex, so they did know there was someone above them. After that first set that Lucy had put on in the club that night, whenever the book starts, Winger basically pulls her aside and tells her she needs to go. Like, she has to take time off work. She's not fired or anything, but she can't come back. He told her actually to stay out of the city for like 2 weeks. Like,
Oh,
he's trying to get
damn.
rid of her. And
Why? Is that the Rex guy?
No, Winger wanted her out, and I don't think it was ever. Yeah, it is mentioned later on. Rex didn't even know that she had left because Rex brought up, well, you took time off, and she was like, I didn't take no time off. I was told to leave. I think Winger was trying to get her out of Rex's. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Winger was trying to protect her.
Yeah, basically. And so, like, he's like, you stay out the city, but she's freaking out because she needs money. So, like, she's like, what am I going to do? Freaks out. She knew for a while that someone has been following her. She's seen shadows. She could feel people watching her, all that. But she can never get a clear view of the guy. Like, she knows he's there, but she doesn't know who he is. And that night, whenever she gets home, is really the first time she's been given proof someone's watching her, because she takes her horse out that night and she sees a car parked in front of her mailbox. And it freaks her out. So she gets back to the barn and she's on the phone with Winger because it was Rex in the car, and he called Winger to see what the hell she's doing. And so her and Winger are on the phone, and she could hear the footsteps because Rex is walking up. He had overheard her say something that made him freak out, and he comes running. Normally he's quiet and can sneak up on her, but this time she could hear the footprints. She knows he's out there. So that's the first time she's like, someone is definitely there.
Yeah, someone's watching her.
Yeah, and we get Rex's point of view, and it's basically the same thing we just read from Lucy, but from his side of things. And what he had heard her say was, keep your shirt on, let me get this off, and which is what sent him running.
Oh my god.
And he's like, who the fuck is she talking to? Like, was there, and like, he's ready to murder whoever's in the barn with her. It was the horse.
No, that's funny. It's just the horse.
It's just the horse. Yep. So, the next night, Rex is hiding. I think it was the next night. Yeah, he was hiding in her closet, waiting on her to go to sleep, and he's fantasizing about what would happen if she caught him in there. It's not that sexual, like, it's just a small taste of the smut, but Rex gets off on her fear, so he's enjoying his little fantasy with his dick out, you know.
Oh, gotcha.
So we get a little bit of smut there, because he's really detailed in his fantasy.
I feel like, yeah, every stalker romance has that initial smut where they fantasize first.
Exactly.
And then we get to the good stuff. But it's mostly fantasy at the beginning.
And you know what I like about this guy, actually, is he's a stalker through and through. So even though eventually he gets the girl, he still stalks her.
See, I love when they do that.
Exactly. I don't want the stalking to
That
stop.
was like the last episode where he stalked his wife till the very end.
Yeah, and it's like he still stalks her, and I love that. But so she actually leaves with her best friend Gwen to go hang out, and Lucy doesn't know where Gwen's taking her, but Gwen ends up taking her to the city, which Winger told her to stay out of. And Gwen is meeting up with this guy that she had met, and his name is Jay. He comes important later on, but Lucy feels off about this because she didn't expect to be meeting up with some dude, and she didn't want to be a third wheel, but Gwen had actually convinced Lucy that it won't be like that. She just wants Lucy to meet him, like, get a feel for him, like, is this guy? Like, what do you think of this guy?
Okay, so it's more she's dating, because for a second I thought she was introducing him to her to date.
No, it's this other guy, and the best friend is dating Jay, and she wants Lucy to meet him.
Okay.
Yeah. But Lucy feels off about it. She didn't want to go to the club. She just wanted a night with her best friend. Yeah. She didn't want to be there. She's not the going out type and just wasn't comfortable. But once they get to the club, one of the bouncers recognizes her and tattles that she's there, causing some drama. Getting them kicked out and sent home.
Wait.
Oh, yeah.
What do you mean tattles? To Rex?
Yeah.
Oh, the assholes. Snitches.
Because it was just like, felony? And she's like, oh, shit.
It's not me. What are you talking about? You can't see me.
Yeah. She's like, oh, shit, not me, wrong person. But yeah, so they get tattled on and they get kicked out. And Lucy ends up getting some good news from her mom whenever they get home. So she calls Winger, or she texts him, and she's like, I quit. Shuts off her phone. She's like, screw you, I quit. Like, I'm done. So this is kind of where it starts to build up on the plot. Rex was stalking her and seeing her at work, and now she gets home from being kicked out of a club and quits. He's freaking out, like, what the fuck's going on? So he's going kind of crazy. Is she going to another club to work? Is she leaving town? Is she with someone else? Like, why did she just quit and
All of a sudden.
all of a sudden? So Rex comes in and he has a tracker on her. So he noticed that she was at a restaurant. Of course he thinks she's with another man.
Oh my god.
So he's again prepared to kill this dude that she's with, but it was her mom. So
he just kind of watches from afar since he confirmed that.
Yeah, he's actually in the restaurant staring through a mirror watching them.
That's funny.
I love this dude. Like, I love this dude's stalkerish ways. Lucy is lost without her work and decides to start doing some stuff around the farm. And she ends up putting up, like, flyers to board horses. And this is where she actually meets Rex. She's putting up flyers, and he grabs one, and they start interacting. He's kind of, like, standoffish a little bit. He kind of looks angry. She did interact with him at the club, but she didn't know it was him. He was just behind her, and her phone was ringing, and he just asked her, "You gonna get that?" That was it. Like, she didn't know who he was. So this is their first time interaction face to face, and he's real intense.
So they've never even, like, seen each other.
He's seen her, but she's never seen him. Like, she saw shadows of him, but she's never actually met him face to face.
So she doesn't know who he is.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's real intense in this interaction and can tell he's freaking her out, but he also had a change of heart with her at this point, which also freaks him out. Because at first, like, you know, like I said, he was angry with her, and now he wants to protect her.
Yeah.
So, like, he kind of gets this change of heart, so he starts to kind of back off, and he just wanted to, in the beginning, take her, fuck what she thinks, just, she's mine. And he didn't care if he hurt her, scared her, whatever, but now he does.
He does care.
He does care. So he has to pull back with his intenseness, I guess, and he promises to see her soon, though. So Rex ends up booking Lucy for horse riding instructions and starts to insert himself into her life because he's tired of waiting. Plus, she quit, so he can't see her anymore.
He's got to make that opportunity for himself. So he's doing whatever little tricks he can
to get her
to get her life, so she sees him.
Exactly. He's tired of waiting, and I'm done. So this is where Rex introduces himself as Rafe to Lucy. I'm going to continue calling him Rex because it's just easier. That's just what I call him. Whatever. She calls him Rafe, though. Rex uses this to get Lucy to go on a date with him, the horse riding. So, like, he shows up, and he's like, go on a date with me. And this is where their relationship actually starts to build, and he's inserting himself really well into her life. Now, Lucy's mom is boy crazy. She noticed Rex checking Lucy out at the restaurant because, like, whenever he stalked her and was watching him in the mirror, the mom actually saw him and was like, "Oh, he's hot. Go talk to him." Like, he saw her. She saw him staring at her daughter and was like, "Oh shit, he's hot. Go, go." But whenever Lucy turned around, he was gone. So she was like, "Who the fuck are you talking about?"
That's hysterical.
Yeah. So the mom is like boy crazy and is like pushing her towards Rex and was like, you gotta get him. And I love Lucy's mom. She was like the sole provider for her and Lucy, and the accident caused so much change in Lucy's life that she just wants Lucy to do what's best for her.
So what's the accident?
She fell off a horse and she can't walk anymore, so she's in a wheelchair.
So that's the accident.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, I kept hearing accident when I was reading the little blurb, and then you keep saying accident, so I'm like, okay, what is this accident?
Yeah, she fell off a horse, so her job and everything was, with the farm, she can't do it anymore.
So does her mom point out Rex, like, oh, that's the guy from the restaurant?
No, I don't think, I think it does mention, like, him being familiar or something. Like, he looks familiar. She said that to Lucy whenever, like, she first met him. Or she does know. I don't remember. Like I said, I skimmed.
Okay.
I was trying not to read.
I was just curious. I was like, wait, so wouldn't she know that's him and point since he's so hot?
I'm pretty sure there is something in there, but I skimmed. So, Lucy, I don't remember Lucy's dad ever being mentioned. I just know he's not around, so I really don't know what happened to him. He's just not brought up. Rex actually explains a bit about the first time he saw Lucy and how he was drawn to her sweet and innocence, and over time, she was all he could think about and hated her for it and eventually changed to him wanting her. and wanting to take care of her.
Yeah.
And I love his possessiveness like this. Like, he's an asshole to everyone but her. I love it.
Oh, I love those
God,
guys.
I love it. It's just the best.
I'm going to be an asshole to you, but not her.
Yep, exactly. I love those men. So on their first date, Rex is too impatient to wait to see her, so he picks her up early and takes her to the fair. And it's actually cute because he's never done this stuff. He's actually never been to a carnival or fair before. So, like, the fresh squeezed lemonade that she gets him to try, Ferris wheel, etc. It's like his first time experiencing all these things, and it's real cute.
That is cute.
Yeah. But in this, you see Lucy start to become kind of possessive of Rex, thinking to herself that she's going to keep him. We also find out that Rex is her first kiss and she's a virgin, so.
Oh, I bet he loses his mind when he finds out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lovely. You're just like, yeah.
I mean, of course, he's a possessive guy. And he always thought that she had a boyfriend, or, you know, like, she was always with some guy, so it kind of eases him to know that she's never been with anyone.
Yep.
I don't know why I love virgin trope so much. I think it's the way the main characters go feral, like we just said.
Yeah.
Like, I love virgin tropes, and it's because of these
I
possessive
found
guys.
a lady. That's all she does. That's all she does. She does hockey virgin tropes.
They just go crazy,
and it's like
yes.
and it's like possessive breeding, daddy kind of stuff. Like
I love breeding kinks.
It hits all the marks. They're short, but they are still very, very good.
You're gonna have to tell me that because I love that shit. Like, I know it's not realistic. I get it's not realistic.
Oh yeah,
but it's fucking awesome. I love these fantasy men. They're amazing. So on their date, Rex makes jokes about kidnapping her, and it had me smiling my ass off. Like, this dude is smooth with it, too. Like, he's hinting to his true nature without her knowing at all. And it's just like, if I was her, I would have felt so dumb when I realized he wasn't joking at all. Like, all these smooth jokes he's making about keeping her and kidnapping her.
So, like, is he laughing at her?
No. Like, he's dead serious. Like, I might just keep you.
Why don't girls pick up these signs? Like, are they all done? Like,
I don't know.
I don't understand. Like, they're... Like, every girl in these stalker romances all are given signs to fucking run. And they're just like, oh, they're joking.
Yeah.
No.
Like, he's not serious.
No, girl, you need to run.
Yeah, so you could kind of see, like, he can't help his stalkerish ways. He still watches her on cameras he actually set up in her room. So, even though he's in her life now...
He's hitting all the marks,
Oh, yeah.
man. He's getting all the stalker marks. The cameras, actually watching her, sitting outside her...
In the closet, back in
Yeah, like, all stalker.
Everything. Killing guys just for touching her. Yeah, all of it. So, he actually stopped talking to her after their first date. And Lucy got some news, and she was overwhelmed and wanted to talk to him about it, so she texted him, but he never replied. It kind of, like, skips over that. And it goes on to, like, it's been days, and he eventually does text back, but it was more casual. Like, he wasn't trying to see her or anything. So that got her feeling off.
Okay.
It's like, I mean, I would feel some type of way, too, but I guess I wanted more, why did he stop talking to her? I think it does explain later on. I have to read.
It's not, like, in full detail. But, like, even when you skim, you can kind of remember that the first time you read it, so it's almost like there's... It sounds like there are those plot holes, because we've done these notes all the time, and you've skimmed them and still could remember those points.
Yeah.
So it's almost like I feel like they're missing because you can't remember them.
Yeah, I mean, but it's also been like 2 weeks since I read this. And
true.
So, and I've read plenty of books since then. But it's... I don't know, like, I guess I would have felt more if Lucy would have freaked out, like, why the fuck aren't you talking to me?
Yeah.
And she didn't. And it's like, it kind of goes into, oh yeah, I finally heard from him a couple days later, and it's like, well, why the fuck did you stop talking to me?
Yeah, like, I need a reason.
Yeah.
And why is she not raising hell? I guess because she's just like, oh, he's over it.
Yeah, I guess. And it's like, a guy like Rafe, or Rex, staying away from her like that after finally getting her, it just didn't make sense. He did make plans to see her the very next day. Before they even went on the date, he's like, I'm seeing you tomorrow. So, like, what happened to cause him to stay away from her? Because he's not the type to stay away.
Yeah, something's not clicking.
Yeah, something wasn't clicking. So it kind of throws things off for me.
Well, you do say he might be the boss, maybe head work?
Yeah, it could be. But Lucy does decide to hang out with Gwen instead because, Rex isn't really around. So, and he decides, I guess he saw her leaving and decides to crash girls' night. He was freaking out again, thinking she was with another guy.
Oh God!
But you know,
You can't disappear like that and then just be like,
yeah.
that's fucking dick move.
Yeah, so he finally comes back whenever she's with Gwen, and Gwen starts to make me feel some type of way, though. Like, the best friend, from their interaction when she first meets Rex, you could tell she's attracted to him, then gets kind of pouty when he barely pays her attention. So far...
So she is not her friend.
Exactly, like, she's not acting like a friend, like, she's being flirty, and going so far to tell Lucy that he's hot, but he's too cold, which Lucy replies he's not cold to me. Like I said, he's mean to everyone but her. So yeah, he seems cold to Gwen, but not to Lucy, because he's not cold to Lucy. But she also tells him that, like, she doesn't think he's the right guy for her and all that. Gwen's not a friend. Like, Gwen was pissing me off.
Yeah.
I hated this bitch. And she was like, you don't even have dating experience. What are you doing with a guy like him? Like, dude, shut the fuck up. They go see a movie, and instead of Gwen sitting next to Lucy, she actually sits on the other side of Rafe.
Okay.
Rex. Sorry, Rex. And, like, what? Who does that? What kind of friend does that?
Like a fucking asshole.
I hated her. I
hate that.
She's flirty and everything, but Rex is just ignoring the fuck out of her. And now she does say this is just how Gwen is. Lucy does, because Rex does bring it up to Lucy. Okay. And she's like, this is just how she is. So Lucy is paying no mind to it. She is getting jealous, but she's like, this is how she is. She didn't think Gwen was trying to take him, but it definitely felt that way to me. And now I actually hated Gwen, because even though the main character wasn't bothered by it, I was.
Yeah.
I hated her. So they get done with the movie, and Rex takes her to his house, just him and Lucy, and they get up. So after the movie, Rex and Lucy go to his house, and Rex actually ends up getting inside before Lucy, and he leaves her behind, so that when she comes in, she walks into the house, and it's pitch fucking black. She can't see anything. And she's looking for him, and it's just dark. And that scene, him watching her, was like perfect foreplay. Like,
wait, so like, does he say anything?
No.
Does he do anything?
He's in the dark, hiding from her, and she's like, Rafe? Where are you, Rafe? And he's like watching her in the dark.
Wait, she can't turn on the lights?
She's never been there before. She doesn't know where the lights are.
Oh, it's his house. I don't know why I thought it was her house. I don't know why I thought that.
Yeah, and it was like perfect foreplay because he's stalking her through the house. Like, oh, God.
That's hysterical.
Loved it. I'm sure everyone has already noticed there's barely been any spice to it.
It's a slow build.
It is. He's taking it slow with her, and I'm like 60% in with the book right now, so we don't really get the spice till the end. Like I said in the beginning, it's minimal.
Yeah.
So, but we do finally get a scene here, and he's building her up, and he realizes that he's her first. They don't actually have sex in the scene, though. He just gets her off and cuddles her, and I feel like with him being possessive and crazy as he is, he would have tried to restrain her, tell her she's his, all this.
Yeah, I would think that would be more intense.
Yeah. So it was kind of a letdown. Like, he wasn't the normal stalker possessive that he's been throughout the book, so this scene kind of...
Because even when they do take a step back, like, the next book we're doing, the first scene, obviously they don't have sex, so, but he still is very...
Yeah.
Possessive.
Yeah, and he wasn't like that. Like, he even saw the blood on his finger, and...
Oh, damn, he popped her cherry with his finger?
Yeah. And it just...
So she's not a virgin.
Well, I mean, I guess not anymore, but, like, it just didn't feel possessive. Like, he wasn't like, fuck yes, this is mine. I don't know. We kind of see Rex as crazy a little bit, too, though. So a couple nights later, Rex shows up to Lucy's house for dinner, and Lucy's mom is 100% Team Rex. Like, she loves him. She wouldn't stand in the way of them. She's actually happy for Lucy, and she likes Rex. But it's Rex's point of view right now, and he had been planning to kill her mom.
From when?
Because he thought she would be an obstacle in the way of him getting Lucy.
Oh, so he thought she was going to be a problem.
Yes. So, like, he was ready to get rid of her, but he was so happy he didn't have to.
Okay, I see that now. I get that.
Yeah.
I understand the motive.
Yeah, we get it. But Lucy would have hated him forever if he would have done it anyway, so it was kind of like a catch-22. But he admits he didn't actually want to have to do it. It was just like a last resort. If she stood in the way, he was going to kill her.
Okay.
So we see how crazy he was. Like, he was possessive of her. But now she's encouraging of the relationship with Lucy, so, like, he's like, I ain't gotta kill her. And Rex loves chasing Lucy. He ends up telling her to run when he takes her back to his house. Like, Again, everything's dark, and he's like, run. But while hiding, she gets into a room that has lumpy shapes. It's pitch black again, so she can't see anything, and she assumes it's boxes. But then she catches movement, and she freaks and rushes out the room and straight into Rex. So if Rex is outside of the room, who the fuck was in the room with her? It never explains on it. We get this little scene, and it never goes into what the fuck was in the room.
I don't like that.
What was in the? What was moving? What was a monkey?
I'm like, is it a bad guy?
You're right.
Like,
oh, that I hated. Like, I reread that part like so many times, and then a little bit after, I'm like, what the fuck was in the room? Like, I had to know.
Like, because didn't she say boxes or something?
She thought it was boxes. She assumed because she said she saw shapes, like shadows of shapes, but it was like lumpy figures. But you would have heard a crash if it was a box.
Yeah.
And then Rex is outside the room, and you run straight into him, so obviously he's not coming out of the room after you.
Yeah.
Like, what? Oh.
What was in the room?
Yeah. Like, it definitely wasn't Rex, so I don't know what the fuck it was. We're getting closer to the smut here, and we find out that Rex is actually pierced. He has multiple and tells her that he started getting them 2 years ago. It's a reference for when he first saw her, and that he hadn't been with anyone else since first seeing her. So each piercing is for every time. Like, I forgot how he explained it, but like, he has multiple piercings, right?
I love that.
Like, he didn't want her with anyone else, but he also wasn't with anyone else. Fucking love that. Because I hate when the guy sleeps around, like, you're mine, but I can't have you, so I'm gonna fuck her. Like, no.
Yeah.
So he was, like, loyal. Freaking love this dude. He talked the talk and walked the walk, like, with this possessive shit. Like, he didn't fuck around, and I loved it.
Except the first scene, where he broke her cherry with his fingers.
Yeah. But he wasn't fucking around with other girls.
Yeah.
The sex scene was over way too fast. Like,
oh no.
This is the one that I said it was a disappointment because I'm 71% in and I'm waiting forever. We had teases of spice only for a dude to be a 3-pump chump. Like, yeah. Like, this is too realistic or some shit. I don't know. Like, don't.
Well, I mean, if he has been holding back, I get it.
I get it, yeah.
I get it. But still.
It's fantasy. We want our men to last, like, 30 minutes at least.
But she brought realism?
Yeah.
But, like, what if he could have they should have been a second round then? Like, most of them, if it's a 2-pump chump, they go for seconds.
Yeah, exactly. Because they have, but I know most guys don't last 30 minutes. This is fictional. Like, in fictional, they last hours, apparently. So, I was disappointed to see them not do that.
I have a fictional man then.
I mean, some guys can, but, you know. It's not an average thing, I don't think.
No, it's not. It's not.
So, the moment after sex is ruined by Gwen. Mind you, she has
Did she throw her aside at least? Did she get rid of her?
In the end, Gwen is gone.
Oh,
in the end, Gwen is gone. But she gets so much worse. So, she hasn't spoken to Gwen. Lucy hasn't spoken to Gwen since the last time they were together, which was at the night of the movies.
Uh-huh.
And Gwen calls Lucy, crying, begging her to come and get her. Lucy, being the amazing friend she is, rushes to her rescue, and Gwen continues to be a shitty friend throughout. Like, Gwen knows that Lucy only told her that she worked at the dollhouse, so only Lucy and Gwen knew that Lucy used to be a stripper. Because remember, she quit. She's not a stripper no more. She doesn't know that Rex knew, because she didn't know that Rex owned the dollhouse.
Yeah.
So, Gwen, whenever they go and pick up Gwen, she's blabbing about how Lucy used to be a stripper. And thank God Rex knew because, like, no one else knew. It's like, so it was intentionally trying to ruin her relationship with Rex, it seemed like.
What an asshole.
Yeah. And then she also told her boyfriend, Jay, that guy.
Where's a better best friend than freaking this bitch?
Yeah. So when they take Gwen to her car, it's at the dollhouse, and while dropping her off, the bouncer actually recognizes Rex and calls out to Rex, who at this point, Lucy and Gwen only knew him as Rafe. So whenever they go, hey, Rex, are you parking? Both of them are like, who the fuck's Rex?
Oh.
So, yeah, he's like, are you coming in? And this gives Gwen pause. So, like, she's getting out the car, she stops, and she looks back into the car, and she's like, Rex? And I guess, like, you can kind of tell that something's going on with Gwen hearing that name. And Lucy's just like, who the fuck is Rex? But...
So Gwen, whatever her name is, Gwen, she now knows who he is.
Yeah. So
Okay.
she's heard of Rex. She knows who Rex is in the city, and she now realizes that Rafe is Rex. And she's like, oh fuck, that's Rex. So Lucy, this thing starts to unravel for Lucy because she's like, who the fuck are you? Like, you said your name was Rafe. They're calling you Rex. Rex has to explain himself, and he's not wanting to do it until he can get her into his house and lock her in, make sure she can't run. So he's quiet.
He's like, we'll talk about it later.
Yeah. He's like, wait till we get home. Like, he's freaking out. And this is why I love her reaction to him, though. Like, so I actually like the way Lucy reacts to Rex and finding out his secrets, because it wasn't a normal, oh my god, you stalked me, fuck off type of reaction. It was a more of an acceptance. I don't know why. I just really like the way she accepted him for everything he did.
Yeah.
And so she does. And, like, she doesn't freak out like normal, and she accepts him and lets him explain his side. And she doesn't freak out on him. Like, she's hearing all the shit he's in.
Oh, he's come clean.
Like, he's coming clean. All she is worried about his safety. She's like, are you okay? Like, are you safe? Like, and it's like, holy fuck, I love this chick.
Yeah, this is so, like, because you would think she would spaz out.
Exactly. She was able to differentiate the fact that, yes, he is the king of the city, but just like when she believed Winger was the boss, he was nice to her, so why should she treat him any different? It was that kind of outlook.
And I like that, because that would be something like, oh, you stalked me, but you're nice to me? Okay.
Yeah, like, you didn't do me no harm. You might hurt other people, but you don't hurt me.
That's all I care about.
Oh, yeah, I don't care about other people. So more of the story happens, but I'm not trying to give a play-by-play. And she does find out more about him owning the doll house and how he stalked her. She isn't as accepting this time whenever she finds that out, but she also doesn't tell him to fuck off. So, like, she isn't accepting, but she isn't telling him to fuck off and kick him out. So she's kind of mixed. She's given him the chance to explain more, like, more than most would. So she's not freaking out, but she's also like, what the fuck, dude? I wouldn't mind. Like, this dude is crazy obsessed with her. He does tell her, though, that he will always love stalking her and that he will never stop. Just because she is his, he won't give up the chase.
I mean, shit.
Yes! I love it! God, I wish this dude was real.
I mean, I've said it. My husband tries to stalk me because he knows that that's what I read. So, you know, he tries.
He tries. Yeah, at least he tries. My husband's just like, why are you so weird?
Not my husband. He's just like, look, you into it? Let's figure it out.
Know. Whenever I read degradation, like, whenever he picked that one for me, he was like, so what is degradation? I explained to him, and he was like, and you like that? And I'm like,
Billy understands now that's not what I want in the bedroom.
Right.
But he doesn't mind to toe that line.
Exactly. Not hardcore as these guys, but like you said, toeing the line.
Yeah, he likes to toe that line where he kind of delves into those fantasies I read about, so that way he can kind of get a feel of what I'm into.
Right.
We gotta spice things up.
Yeah.
People that don't spice things up, that normally ends in divorce.
Exactly. I mean, before I even started reading smut, like, I've always loved being chained up, and Jesse actually did that.
I read smut as a kid, because, so, weird background, I never read. My mom had a smut collection hidden in the attic. All of a sudden, I stole those books. She didn't know I stole them. I stole those books and I started reading them at like 16, 17, when you should not be reading smut. And I was so into it, and I was reading and I got distracted, and she caught me, and she goes, wait, are you reading? She was so excited. I was just reading. She goes, go for it.
Go for it. Just have at it.
Go for it. You're reading? I am so down.
I've always read, but I never read that. Like, I used to read poetry and, like, autobiography.
I couldn't get into it.
Whenever I was younger, I did that. But then as I got older, it came fantasy. But for high school, I have lupus and rheumatoid arthritis, so in high school I was on medicine, so I was sick, so I was never doing anything. So, like, there was a couple year gap where I didn't read, but whenever I did pick up reading, it was, like, fantasy and smut.
Now I'm thinking about it, I was in middle school. I might have been 15 or 14 reading.
Well, that's 9th grade, 15, 14, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. So
it was
young.
8th grade.
Still young.
When I started reading smut. So, yeah, it was still, like, 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I thought about doing an old school month.
You know? Like,
getting the older smut books and reviewing them.
I know I've ever done that. I don't think I've ever read older smut.
I have a whole collection. It's all fantasy, so it's vampires, werewolves. I'll give you a couple books. These are from, like, the 80s. This is like old smut books.
But, like, do they have kinks? Like,
no, they do. They do.
Okay.
This is what got me into smut. I actually went out of my way. My mom got rid of her copies that she had because she was moving around a lot. I went out of my way to order them off of Amazon. They are like $30 to $40 a book because they're so old and so rare because they don't publish them anymore.
Oh shit! If we would have known about this whenever we went to that warehouse sale, they had some there.
I looked for them.
Oh.
I did look. All we found in that one was like Amish smut. It looked like
I don't know what it was, but there was
Amish smut once, and it was so boring. I was like, okay, this is not it.
I say we drove 3 hours to get to that warehouse sale.
Oh my god, it was such a dead. And how are book talkers posting about it?
Yeah, I don't know. It was something my husband showed me that
we were there for 2 hours. We sat in that warehouse and searched. We went through even like the nonfiction and the fiction sections to be like, are we missing something?
Yep. It was mostly like cookbooks and like just.
It was just crap.
Yeah.
I hate to say that because, like, you know, they're making money. They're doing good.
Yeah, they are doing good.
But I don't see the appeal when it comes to spicy book talk. And spicy book talkers are posting about it.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm like, where's the disconnect?
Right. They probably think it's all genres. And maybe sometimes they do because they said they get the overflow. So maybe sometimes they do get those books. Just whenever we went, they didn't have that.
That's what I was thinking, too.
Let's say, but smut, I don't know. It came to me recently.
We need to go to Atlanta and go to an all smut book shop.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, they have one? I think in Atlanta, yeah, I think they have one.
Bro, what are we doing here? Atlanta's like,
can we get in the car?
Atlanta's like right there. Can we go, please?
Oh my God.
What are we still doing here?
Oh, that's so funny.
Okay, so back to this awesome freaking love Rex.
ADD.
Yeah. He won't give up the chase to her and will continue to chase her. We get another smut scene with them, and honestly, this one is so much better. It lasts longer, and he takes his time making her come. Like, the climax smut scene is actually a lot better. Like I said, this was good, and it's longer, too. The climax of the story really comes out of nowhere. Like I said before, I started hating Gwen earlier on, but she really, truly is a shitty-ass friend. Gwen shows up to Lucy's house and asks her to go with her. She's crying, and of course, Lucy's a sweet character, so she goes with her. But it's a setup. So.
Oh no, we found our antagonist. I kind of felt it at the beginning. I was like, it's gonna be Gwen. I know it's gonna be Gwen.
You know, but I was going a different direction. I thought Gwen would try to steal Rex from her. Like,
what if it was Gwen in the house?
I don't know. We never find out.
I know, but I'm just saying that could link up.
Yeah, but so Gwen does end up betraying Lucy, hands her over to Jay. Remember the guy she was talking to?
Oh.
Yeah, hands her over to Jay without really much of a fight. Knowing who Rex is, she could have easily warned Lucy to tell Rex, given them time. Like, she could have been a true friend and been like, hey, Jay wants you, I have to bring you to him, you need to let Rex know something. Just something to be like, hey, be prepared, I have to hand you over.
Oh, she's a little bitch.
Yeah, she's a little bitch.
She's just like, because even if she wasn't a true friend, she could have did that to get out of their situation.
Exactly. But no one's saying, she's like,
I'm
idiot. Sorry. No, yeah, I fucking hate her.
She's just an idiot.
Thank God, though, Lucy realizes this is the end of their friendship. Like, she can't go on with Gwen anymore, and she can't trust Gwen, and I was like, fuck.
Thank God.
She dies.
I'm so over this character. If this was not standalone, I'd be like, Gwen better not be in the second fucking book, I swear to God.
So earlier on, Rex had said that only Winger knew about his obsession with Lucy, but he also said everyone else would be stupid if they didn't realize what his obsession actually was. But apparently everyone did actually know. Like, it was no secret. Everyone knew he was obsessed and wanted more than her.
Well, duh, he literally kicked people out of his club losing business for this woman.
Exactly, but he was like, yeah, no one knows about my obsession with her besides Winger. Dude, everyone fucking knew. Everyone knew. The rest is just build up, showing their HEA, like they're happily ever after, and it's good. We see how he's still crazy about her, and there's one more spicy scene in this. It's just the ending of their story altogether. And even
There's always that one little last scene.
Exactly. And like I said, even though the spice wasn't a huge focal point in this, the build-up was good. Their characters, the way they came together, their relationship, everything, like, I really loved the characters and how he never stopped stalking her. Right to the very end, I really love the story.
I love that.
Yeah. Like, the spice, like I said, it took a while to get to it, and it wasn't, especially those two scenes that were, like, kind of disappointing, but the rest of the scenes made up for it. They were really good. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because when you told me about this book and I read the blur and I did the intro, I was super excited.
Yeah.
I guess you had me scared, but still intrigued. But I'm still reading for a convention, so I'll get back to Amusement.
Yep. So Spice, I gave 2.5 out of 5, mostly because there was a lot of build up and we got so little.
Yeah.
Especially their first time, I was so let down with their first time. Like whenever he fingered her and then whenever he actually fucked her, like those two scenes were just like it wasn't possessive. Yeah, it didn't really speak to his character of who he was, like the possessive, obsessive dude.
Yeah.
The humor was kind of like a 1.5. Some of the things he said made me smile or giggle a little bit, but it wasn't much of it. It was like once or twice.
It's not a rom-com.
And yeah, it's not a rom-com, so I wasn't expecting any humor.
Yeah.
Emotional, 2 out of 5 because I fucking hated Gwen. She made me so angry. World building, 5 out of 5. The characters' chemistry, the progression of the events, everything just fell into place perfectly, and I was drawn from the very first page. The author, like, sucked me into the story. Even when I was reviewing it, like I said, I was trying to skim, but I kept catching myself reading instead of skimming. Overall, 4.5 out of 5. I wish the smut was better.
But that's the only thing. I feel like every book there's something that's a little missing, whether it be plot or smut, or there's something always kind of missing.
Yeah, exactly.
I haven't found like a full, well-rounded book except for the one we're doing next.
Oh God, yeah.
That one is a full, I think I gave most of it 4.
So I don't know if I told you this, but my mother-in-law started reading.
Oh yeah, you told me about that.
And I gave her the book we're doing next. And I told her, I said, now this guy is red flag central, like, he's fucking, ugh. And she was like, oh yeah, and then, like, she got to the scene where he chains her up, and she's like, Nicole! I was like, oh God, no, don't look at me.
See, I let my mom, when I told her I was getting back into reading, because I stopped for a little bit, when I told her I was getting back into reading, I gave her the blurb of Den of Vipers, like an idiot. She got to the end of the blurb, and she goes, triggered. What's a trigger? And I'm like, read what the triggers are, you'll know what it is. She goes, what are you reading?
Yep.
She was like, Billy, is your wife okay?
Yeah, I read a book not that long ago. Was it Degradation? I don't remember, but there was a list of triggers that was a page and a half long. And I couldn't, it was one I couldn't read because it had some of my triggers on there, like with kids. And I was looking at Jessica, I'm like, oh shit, these triggers are awesome. These triggers are awesome. You
sent me the screenshot of the triggers, and I'm like, what the fuck is not in this book?
Exactly. But then at the end, I saw like my actual triggers, and I was like, oh fuck, can't read this book.
That is hysterical.
But yeah. So we don't know what we're going to do for November.
We've kind of had a plan. We have our plans all the way for October for our episodes. For the most part, it's kind of etched out. We do kind of want to keep doing these themed months.
At least for now.
Yeah. I mean, obviously we'll eventually run out of themes, so we can either go back, or if you guys can even suggest themes, I'll take them.
As long as it's smutty and spicy, at some point, slow burns, I'll read them. I don't care. I love smut. I'll read anything.
Yeah, like even if it's bad smut, I think I'll still read it.
I actually started a book that I really didn't care for the character building, but the smut was actually really good. And I was like, oh damn, but the rest I couldn't get into.
Yeah, Myra, she does good on her stalker books, but if you could branch out into her other stuff, the plots are just not there.
Oh, really?
I don't know if maybe this is her, like, the stalker series is her baby, and that's what she finally found her niche.
Yeah.
Because the other ones, I'm like, sis.
Well, I mean, like Nicole Fox. Nicole Fox is my absolute fucking favorite goddamn author out there. I love her. Yeah. All she does is mafia. Every single thing is mafia. I have not seen anything else that is not mafia. And it's like, this is what she does. So every one of her books is that, and she's really fucking good at it. Yeah. So some people are just really good at one trope.
They need to find their niche. So those were probably her, like, build-up, and then she found it.
Exactly. So, like, yeah, some people just need to find what they're good at, and some people could do multiple.
Yeah, some people can. Some people can.
Like K.A. Knight, like she has...
Oh, she does everything.
She does everything. I think she even has
mafia,
paranormal, right?
She is paranormal. She has, like, the Rockstar one.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
The Rockstar
Stepdaddy, stepbrother. Like, she has...
She's just a killer smut author.
Yeah.
We need to
do her.
We need to do a whole month of
Yes.
just her.
Yes.
And just do one of each, like Den of Vipers, the Rockstar one, do like
her stepdaddy and her stepbrother one were my two favorites.
They are my favorites. Like, I thought that would be a trigger. I was like,
really?
Ew, like you're dating your stepbrother, like that's like some bad porno.
No.
When you think about it.
Yeah. In real life, like what the fuck, but
but in the book she does a very good job.
Yeah.
It's fucked up, and you didn't even know they were connected.
Huh?
They're connected all to the club that those girls work at.
Oh, that's true. They are connected through the club. Oh shit.
You never figured that out.
I did, but I don't remember. It's been years since I read her shit.
Oh my god. So anyway, November, we're kind of at a standstill for November. So we have September, October. We kind of have December planned. We're really wanting to do a kind of like submission one where you guys comment either in the podcast or on YouTube, even our TikTok. If you go to our TikTok, engage us and give us suggestions. We'll do a whole suggestion month.
Heck yeah, I'll read anything smut.
I know. We'll take suggestions as long as, like I said, as long as it's smut. Because I have been getting offers to get sent books, but they're not
smut.
They're not smut, which is what this podcast is about. But anyway, that's today's episode of Amusement. Please make sure that you follow, subscribe. We're on all platforms now. I finally got Apple.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I know. I got it figured out. So we're on all platforms, even YouTube. YouTube, you don't even need an account to listen to our episodes. But please make sure you follow, subscribe. We have TikTok, we have Instagram. I was not big on Instagram. Now I'm starting to add more to Instagram for us. And then we also have a Facebook page. So even on Facebook, all you have to do is look up Basic Book Babes, and you will find us on any platform. And yeah, just be really engaging. We really want you guys to engage, so November we can do that suggestion month. Please make sure you follow and subscribe, and you beautiful babes have a wonderful day.
Bye.
Bye.